Top of the morning, my name is Edward Farrell and today we are going for our next black border, and this time this will be the cabin. The hero gonna be Sauda, because why not? The thing about today's episode is something that I feel I need to mention, because it's usually late of what I'm posting, and I have a reason for that. My reason is, yesterday I have recorded the episode, but then again I was extremely tired, and I was so tired that my commentary was not there pretty much. A lot of awkward silence, I was losing my train of thought, and while I was recording I was already tired enough where I felt that even though I'm not some very good, let's say, live commentator, I thought that it was a step back. I thought that it was a big step back, and I asked myself a question: what do I want to do? I'm placing some new towers in here. This time I wanted to go for something different, not only primary monkeys, by the way. But anyway, going back to the topic, I thought to myself what I want to do, and I wanted to upload that because I have made a commitment to myself that I'm gonna upload at least daily. And then again, another question have come: do I want to upload daily for sake of uploading daily, or do I want to upload daily while maintaining some of the minimal standard? And what should I do when I don't meet that minimal standard? And this is what happened, I think, yesterday while I was recording. I was literally falling asleep while recording, and therefore a lot of awkward silences, and I lost my train of thought multiple times. So I said to myself, okay, so here are my choices. Either I'm uploading this, I know I'm not a big YouTuber. If I'm lucky, I'm getting like 50 or 80 views per episode. So on one hand, it's not gonna be a big deal if I'm gonna upload a pooper. But on the other hand, I thought, what is my alternative? Just to add a little bit of context, in my local time, I'm recording pretty late, usually 9 PM, 10 PM, 11 PM, 8 PM. And then I'm editing it. Editing it is anything between 1 hour and 3 or 4 hours, depends on what new idea that I have that I want to put into the video. And I thought to myself, okay, I can push myself forward and upload it, or I can wait till tomorrow and do a voiceover, explaining a little bit of the situation, sharing how I feel about this, and try to make this already bad video into something at least average. And I thought to myself, you know, I can squeeze sometimes in the morning, which is right now for me as I'm speaking, and then upload it, and then by the evening upload another one, which will sort of pseudo maintain my aim of adding at least one video daily. We're approaching number 40, just going back to the game, commenting a little bit because I was just ranting about yesterday and didn't pay too much attention to what's happening on the screen. So let's go back to the game for a second. My idea for today was to use monkeys that I didn't use in a while, or to use upgrade paths that I didn't use in a while. I wanted Tack to be upgraded through the middle path, then I want Submarine into tier 5 to see how this will work, and I got, as far as I'm concerned, the best tower in the game, which is the boat. It just covers so much, because early on with middle path upgrade you get a lot of clear, then if you go middle path into the second upgrade you get the ability to deal with leads, then you have an option to go to the bottom path to deal with camos. But I thought I don't want to go bottom path for camos, because Sauda can deal with camo rounds in the early game and no problem by herself, and then my plan is to have submerged monkey sub, which will be able to detect camo balloons. So I decided that my boat will be upgraded in the middle path, and then in the top path to add extra attack speed and popping power, and for camo detection I will rely on my submarine. Then again, I had my Tack shooter with an ability, and I needed to pay attention just in case I was in need of using it, which I was really worried about because, as I said before, I was really tired when I was recording this episode. But did I succeed? I don't know. For my first map I was ready with my boat and ability, so that it was not a problem, and right now I am getting my money up, and what I'm thinking is to upgrade to the 5th tier of the submarine, because I kinda like the idea of extra experience buff to your hero, and then again cooldowns on water monkeys will be of use as well. And once I'll get it, I just need to remember to use my water monkey abilities as often as I can, but I'm not sure how well I ended up doing that. And also I wanted to get a little bit of more experience playing with different monkeys, get a little bit of a feel when I have, for example, strategy to get to tier 5 submarine and I want to add this tower and that tower. Is it enough for me to actually get this without dying? And it seems like it is. Also, there is something that I have have noticed after playing so many chimps is that there are different costs to tier 5s. Like, oh, no shit, Sherlock, hey? That's a smart observation, right? And right now 63 round, not a problem. Anyway, the point is, some of the tier 5s are between the range of 25,000 to 35,000, while the other are 49,000 and up. 49,000, 55,000, 70,000, whatever. You get the idea. There is a huge gap between two of those. And a lot of money is coming into the later stage of the game. 80s and plus, that's where really big money happening. But before that, I just came to conclusion, or I have a theory, that the most reliable tier 5s before the round number 80 are probably something within the lower range priced. Like this Monkey Buccaneer Pirate Lord tier 5, it costs only 28,000 and you can set up a strong defense with the money you have so that you can afford to save up for upgrade that costs 28,000. But if you would have gone for Wizard Monkey upgrade with the Fire Phoenix, it costs like 54,000. So if you would want to buy this upgrade, then your initial setup needs to survive double amount of time, or it needs to make double amount of money. I'm not sure if I'm explaining really well what I'm trying to say, but the bottom line is this: when you hit 28,000 in this run, for example, when I will hit 28,000, I'm gonna spend it on an upgrade and it's gonna be a huge boost to my power and I'm not gonna lose, very likely not gonna lose. However, if I would have different tower and the tier 5 upgrade would have cost 50,000, when I will hit 28,000, nothing changes. I need to gather another 22,000 without increasement in power to my defenses. And this entire window without increasement in power is when things get tricky, because you either need to add another tower, meaning spending money, or you need to be very smart with your abilities. You know, just a thought like that. I wanted to share it with you, something that just came into my mind. And I think this way of thinking allowed me to theorize different strategies moving forward when I try to think how can I approach this or that map in chimps. So perhaps maybe if you're struggling with chimps, maybe you have noticed that you have tried to go for tier 5s that are very strong, but they're very difficult to get to. So you might try to opt out for something that is a cheaper tier 5, maybe a little bit weaker, but it will allow you to get to that next upgrade that you want to get to in the first place. I wonder if I have explained it, my thought process, in the most complicated way that I could. I'm not sure. I'm just talking out loud, you know? I'm just talking out loud. Now I want to upgrade one boat to tier 5 on the top path. While we're on the subject of relatively cheap tier 5 upgrades, I think boats are really good, especially middle and top path. Another one that comes to mind is Voldemort path in Wizard Monkey, meaning bottom path. Another one that comes to mind is Boomerang Monkey top path, very good for clear. For the mob damage, Cannon middle path, very strong. And there is another thing that came into my mind, which is Dart Monkey top path. But the tricky part with that, it's getting much stronger or much weaker, depends on which map you play it on and where you place your monkey. Let me explain. What top path of Dart Monkey does, it shoots a projectile and spike-a-pult projectile that bounces off the wall. Meaning, if there is a lot of walls around, or you can get this monkey in position where it will bounce between two walls frequently, you can get a lot of damage and a lot of value out of every single projectile that the Dart Monkey will shoot out. So this monkey will vary from map to map. Its power level will be extremely different just based on where you will place it, especially if you take into the account that its projectiles also pierce. Alright, we're getting closely into the 90s. We'll see how we're dealing with DDTs, because I'm thinking, I don't remember really well, but I'm thinking I got scared a little by DDTs. Yeah, you see, they got all the way out there, and this is the moment that I thought, oh my god, I am in trouble. But thankfully, my tier 5 just entered the room, and of course the next thing I'm thinking is Alchemist, but outside of Alchemist, I just went for a Mob Mueller and Moab Assassin. Here's what I thought. I am having trouble with Moab plus Balloons. I need to get as much damage towards them as quickly as possible, and this is the best option. So that's what I did, and then the next thing I think I went for is Alchemist. Of course Alchemist, because once you invest a little bit of money into Alchemist, it's not that little, but the point is it's relatively little to your alternative in the 90s, and then it will buff your already very strong towers and make them even stronger. So that was my thinking process, and I think it ended up being just fine. The next thing I started to think about is some slow effect, either Ice Monkey or Glue Monkey, and I do like Ice Monkey, but only if I can get it to tier 5. I don't know how true is that effectively speaking, but just to my little experience with that monkey, this is where it shines for me. So I think I will decide to go for Glue Gunner in here. I slowed down this round a little bit because I was afraid whether I will be able to pull through it, and fortunately I was able to. So here we are using our abilities here and there, and actually I am fairly satisfied with this Tack shooter, but once again, you should keep in mind that you will need to use this ability every now and then. And right now I just thought, okay, what can I add into the mix that will help me? And simultaneously I thought something that I just didn't use over and over again recently. So I decided to go for the Monkey Ace top path, because of course the thing that I want is more damage to mobs. And then again I opted for another boat with hopes of getting another ability, just in case that fortified DDTs will be too much, and with this ability I can immediately just take out some of them. And as you can see, that was fairly close. And I don't know if... I think it just bugged out because Sauda went thrice through entire track. And now we're fighting Purple Friend. As you can see, another abilities probably were useful because we almost lost in here. But just looking at Purple Friend, I think we're getting that easy. I think we just popped him. Yes, we did. And now we're using our abilities, and here we are. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry for the delay today. Please like and subscribe. Bye bye. See you in the next one.